Hello and welcome back to Advanced Hwoarang Lessons. Last time we covered one of Hwoarang's mids. That is while standing 3. And it is a hidden gem. But there is another. That is while standing 3+4 3 or Backturned RFF 4-3. Let's get into it. So as you can see, while standing 3+4 3 is a 20 frame move that is a natural combo. So you get 36 damage and your opponent is forced crouch at -6. That's great because that means you can lock them in with F1+2, DF4, or do a check with a DF1 to DF1-3 or DF1+2. I mean, the choice is pretty much yours. Just watch out when you do a down 3-4 because they're already in forced crouch. So some players may be doing a down forward when they get hit by this move and you're going to get low parried. So you're going to be running more of mid checks here to get them to like hold back if they're focusing a little bit too low. And if you don't do the full string, you will enter into Backturned RFF at +2 on hit. On block, however, that is -9. And you can't really press a button anymore at this point. Your opponent would have to be like lagging because of the second hit. Because the second hit is uninterruptible. Allow me to demonstrate. So I have the second hit recorded here. If I attempt to interrupt it, that's a jab. I lost. That's a DF1. I lost. That's a 14 frame move. I lost. This is a 15 frame move. And so on and so forth, 16. Basically, you cannot interrupt this move. You can barely even step it. That's sidestep left. That's sidestep right. This is sidewalk left. You can barely step this. There's only like one character in the game that can step it, and it's Lily. And that's only on sidewalk left. Now, again, as I was mentioning earlier, -9 on block. If you do attempt to press a button, let's say the fastest move is the backturn jab or the backturn low, you still lose because of range. You mean, look at the space Hwoarang gathers, and DF1 still wins. Even if frame-wise, you kind of should lose like that with the jab. But if it's any other move that catches that space in between and beat out the backturn jab or the backturn low, you won't win. So take care when you do the move by itself, because you don't have much room to operate at -9. However, there are multiple tricks to keep it, such as just like holding down, and then now you're going to be in back turn, left foot forward, and you can do stuff like the plasma blade. You have access to the jab and the back turn low. You can enter RFF again and keep it. Again, it's really a mental mix-up, and that mental mix-up only works because the second hit is uninterruptible. Like you just cannot beat it at all. Now, of course, this move, while it is also difficult to step, you also cannot backdash it to punish it. So record it here. Have Hwoarang backdash it? Nope. And I already double-checked this with like the best characters with the best backdashes in the game. It does not work out. Okay, that's even with like the down jab. Look how far Hwoarang catches that backdash. It's crazy. Even off a jab, if you do CD 3+4 3, no. And speaking of which, I did say CD, you can do the move from crouch dash. So it does make it an additional option while you're crouch dashing. If you do it instant while standing 3, while standing 4, wave down 3-4, wave into JFSR, wave forward 2, wave forward 2 into 1-2. Basically, it expands the number of options, and since it is a safe move to throw out, and you end up only at -3, it's great. Like, why not throw it out, correct? And since it's negative, of course, that's -3 on backdash. On a regular one, it's -5. At -5, if you do want to press a button, you can do stuff like the down jab. So this is going to become a 15 frame special mid or a 16 frame special mid. And if you're really, really greedy and you don't want to deal with the situation, you can back one to avoid whatever option your opponent is about to press. Now, of course, the second hit is parryable. So it loses to stuff like Jin parry, Leroy parry, Asuka's back 2+3 or the reversal, King's reversal, etc, etc, etc. You get the picture. All RAs go in, except I believe Hwoarang's. That's right, Hwoarang can't beat his own move with his own RA, I think. Oh no, he can. Forget what I said. There you go, registered as a punish. So all RAs in the game will beat while standing 3+4 3. And of course, DPs, dragon punches. So that's for Eliza and Akuma. The most interesting part about this move, right, is how you can use it. So not only is it like a super safe move to press out in neutral, it does yield something in combos. Now in Season 4, down 3-4 RFS DF4 into back 3 disappeared because they removed the spike property on this to give guaranteed frames for the back 3. Well, they didn't necessarily remove the spike property, but they lessened it. So now this is the move that works when I'll transfer to the wall stage in just a bit. But in open, it does work. As you can see here. Oh, now of course, when you do this spike, all the ground techniques don't work. So you just turn that off. And then these are the only ones that are affected. Now, the back 3 does beat everything here except one thing. It's the spring kick. So if your opponent knows, they will not get hit by the spring kick. However, if they do run the spring kick, you have options. There's a mix-up here when you spike with while standing 3+4-3. You can do the orbital heal to slow them down. Or you can do while standing 4-4. Now, for both of these options, they lose to certain things. Now, the while standing 4-4, it loses to the recovery kick. But it is a solid lock. It beats out every other option here except recovery kick. So if your opponent responds with a spring kick, you can do while standing 4-4. And then if they respond afterwards with a recovery kick, that's when you can go back to the back 3. And for the orbital heal, if they respond with both, you're going to get a launch. So on the recovery kick, this is going to turn into a launch. 1, 2, orbital. That's a full combo. That's great. And then if it's a spring kick, you only get you get Oki off it because they get spiked again. 1, 2, and then if they spring kick again, that's a free launch. Of course, that depends on like how they're reacting in the scenario. But orbital does have a risk. Its main risk is that it's -15 on whiff. So that's the option you go with, and like you're not looping the 3 options, back 3, up 3+4, while standing 4-4, and you're just gonna run orbital heal the entire time. Just take note that you can get launch punished for it. So I have an option recorded there. I'm gonna hold forward, and I'm just gonna wake up backwards into a DF2, and that's a punish. Now it is -15, but it is not -16, so you're completely safe from, I guess, stronger launchers, but you're not safe from a launcher. Now, typically the reaction would probably be something like that, a DF1-3 or a DF1 or any other small whiff punish. But if they wake up and they're awake, like really alert, you're gonna get launched for it. Now, over in a wall stage, this spring kick right here will not avoid the back 3. So again, you do a simple combo 1, 2, and then you spike with 3+4-3. There you go, spike with 3+4-3. The back 3 will register as a counter hit. And that's 73 damage total off that simple combo. They can't escape it. There's nothing they can do to escape it at all. That's 71. So it's -1. So it's not bad. So you can always run the back 3 as a wall ender. Because again, they did remove the down 3-4 into back 3 versus stand-up. Now, if I leave it on stand-up versus while standing 3+4-3, you'll see that Hwoarang wins here. It's guaranteed. Now, you can run the other options, the while standing 4-4 and the orbital heal as well in open. And not in open, at the wall. But you're not going to get as much reward compared to the back 3. Now, obviously, if you have the read that they're going to be, tempting to do the spring kick or any other option, and you don't want to do the back 3, you want to get higher reward for it, you can't just wait it out. So again, you do the combo 1, 2. So here, you do the thing, you walk, and then you get it. And then, by the way, depending on how they react on the back turn, it does relaunch them. I wouldn't say it's fully guaranteed because you really have to move forward. You have to have a deep while standing 3+4-3 to get them. So usually when you get your opponent back turned, you're doing one of the 2 options. You either are doing A, the orbital, into back 3 relaunch, or back 3 guaranteed, or you're doing the stronger one, which is up forward 2, but it's stricter. As you can see, I just whiffed it there. So you really have to like go in to get up forward 2 to get the relaunch or guaranteed damage off back 3. Now you can do that with while standing 3+4-3. but it's harder. Definitely harder. Not for the faint of heart. And if you do back 3 from there, you're gonna whiff. You have to go in. You really have to go in. But it's highly dependent on the wake-up option your opponent presses. Because it's not guaranteed. But you can already see with the stand-up and the... It won't go in. But if they do any other option, they'll lose. So it is something you can run on back turn, but just take care when you press that. Now, I didn't mention this as we went along with the lesson, but there is a superior version of this move. Now, again, this is while standing T plus 4-3 or CD while standing T plus 4-3. You can do it off back turn RFF. And that the input for that is back turn RFF 4-3. Everything I just mentioned applies, but it's also like the superior option. It's better in almost every way. Number one, because it cannot get reversed. The second hit cannot get reversed. The second hit cannot be stepped by Lily anymore. Of course, there's no way to really fully test the back turn if it's guaranteed here. Because that is tough. It's tough. It's there's not enough frames, to put it that way, to get the 4-3 back turn RFF 4-3. At the wall, you can definitely set this up, and the back 3 will still go in. So again, that has been the lesson for today. You're gonna see on the other side of the screen, end screen, that will be pointing you to the next Advanced Hwoarang lesson.